At stake today in the Great Lakes Regional in Westfield, Indiana, plenty. Elimination game and a chance to get to the semifinals. Glendale, Wisconsin and River Forest, Illinois in a rematch. Illinois won first time around 7-3. Each team with a loss. A win today means they'll face the loser of Kentucky and Michigan tomorrow. And that elimination game will come up in 2 days in the semifinals. Good afternoon. Welcome back. Jim Barber, John Gregg with the last of 16 games we will present here on ESPN Plus. Pitching in the first game was certainly dynamic. Game went to extra innings, tied at 2 before Webb City won it 6-3. This game, your feeling is a contrast.
Yeah, a little contrast here. We've had elimination games over the last 2 days that have been really well-pitched ball game. Haven't seen those fireworks yet, but we started to see it at the end of the day yesterday. These two teams can hit the ball, so I expect more fireworks offensively in this one.
In fact, these two teams have scored 18 runs apiece, and they got people that can get it done. Luke Hickey and A.J. Kilberg, who have combined for 5 hits, 4 runs batted in, and have also scored a run as well. Illinois' offense is dynamic. Not nearly as dynamic as the team they'll face, but very good about producing runs when it is important. Speaking of dynamic, how about Wisconsin's home run hitting power, John?
Yeah, you see that Cole Fox right there, a home run, 3 RBI, 2 runs. Sharnick with another home run on there, and guess what? We get Cole Fox on the mound. Not only can he hit with power, he can throw with power too. So he gets the start on the mound. Be interesting to see how that works together.
And the baseballs for their home runs presented to their parents. Right now, it's time to dance. In a moment, it'll be time to play. State champions from Wisconsin and Illinois with the right to get to the semifinals. Wisconsin coaching staff. Matt Hickey told us a fun story several days ago, rather Illinois, about the fact that many years ago he was part of Little League Baseball. And in the late 70s, he was in a Little League tournament and he hit a home run. That was only 42 years ago, John.
You never forget.
He has not forgotten about it. Good for him. Getting ready to start. Illinois is the home team by virtue of the fact that it won the coin toss. Ethan Niewander is the starting pitcher. We've seen him before, John.
We have, and kind of Mr. Everything for this team. We've seen him at third base, second base, shortstop, and of course on the mound. He's the go-to #1 guy to try to set this team down. They like him for that reason. That's why he is on the hill today. Fastball, curveball change from him, and we'll see all 3 pitches, and more than likely we're going to see a lot of strikes too.
And he's got my favorite song of this year anyway. Hey, look, Ma, I Made It by Panic at the Disco. Let's take a look at the Wisconsin starting 9. Bryce Siegel, second baseman, leads off. Thomas Haverty, who had 4 hits in a recent game, bats second. James Worth is hitting over 500 for the tournament, hits third. Same thing for Oliver Sharnick. Ollie is 4 for 6. Cole Fox, hot bat, 3 for 4. Jack Stuck, 3 for 5. Then John Merck, 2 for 2. Eli Nelson and Chris Morgano. Should be mentioned that the numbers are a bit skewed because Wisconsin put on a batting practice exhibition against Indiana in a 3-inning game that it won 15-0. So Ethan Niewander ready to go to work. And the second baseman, Bryce Siegel, set to lead off. Illinois won the first match 7-3, was the visiting team then. This time around, it will be the home.
Don't you get the feeling that runs are due?
Oh, well, yeah.
We've had so many well-pitched ball games. Not that you can't have a well-pitched game and score some runs, but these pitchers have done a great job of shutting these teams down and creating real good drama at the end of them.
Wisconsin had a 9-run inning against Indiana and again polished the Indiana champions out of Silver Creek Little League off in 3 innings. Not the same start to this game as Bryce Siegel strikes out.
Mentioned fastball, curveball change for Niewander. Swinging through the fastball for the first out.
Now Thomas Haverty. Illinois remembers him well. He was 4 for 4 in that game in which it won earlier this week 7-3. Could not get Haverty out. Ethan Niewater, the pitcher, who's getting set for a bar mitzvah. So he's got a lot on his plate right now. E, as he's referenced, with a pitch. Cuts the corner, a ball and 2 strikes. Start time today for this game about 15 minutes later than expected, due to the conclusion of our game earlier in the Midwest, which is won by Missouri 6-3 at extra innings over North Dakota. Missouri now to the semifinals to face either Iowa or Minnesota. The loser of that semifinal showdown, which is tomorrow, will then be followed by the game with Missouri the day after. Wisconsin as a team batting .480 as a result of that game against Indiana yesterday. 25 hits, 52 at bats, 4 extra base hits of the 25. Thomas chases one out of the zone, 2 up and 2 down.
We know how aggressive Wisconsin can be at the plate. That can hurt you at times. You score a lot of runs and then start going up there chasing at some things, thinking everything's going to be there.
Now James Worth, the catcher. Toward left field and down the line and foul just out of the reach of Jimmy O'Brien. Wisconsin lost to Illinois 7-3, then beat up on Indiana 15-0.
Yeah, tough to teach patience when you score 15 runs.
Yes.
You know, you're thinking, okay, let's just continue this thing, and could hurt you at times, but you got to pull the reins back and wait for your type of pitch here.
I qualify this every time I say it. My phrase is no disrespect to Indiana. It's still the game, the way Wisconsin was hitting, it looked like batting practice. The way they came up, and every cut was a solid cut for a hit. That's how good Glendale Little League was that day. Ball 2 strikes and 2 outs, top 1. Strike 3 called. Ethan Niewater strikes out the side. Cannot do any better than that.
For Wisconsin in the top of the first, no runs, no hits, W1.
Wisconsin starting pitcher is Cole Fox. He has thrown 3 innings in this tournament. A lot of run on 3 hits, walked 1 and struck out 2, John.
Has been good. We mentioned the power that he has, the strength to hit home runs. He's also got it on the mound too. So the hardest thrower on this team. Can he be accurate, not overthrow?
He'll face the table setter Jack Paris, who leads off from the shortstop position. Jack is one of those guys who has a very strong on-base percentage, and in fact has scored 5 times already in this tournament. Ryan Lazuski will follow him. Luke Hickey 3rd. Ben Jarnicki, who's had a 3-run triple in the tournament, is 4th. A.J. Kilberg batting .333 is 5th. Then Ethan Niewater, the pitcher, 6th. Jimmy O'Brien, Matt Carlin, and Spike Gall 7 through 9.
Off the bottom of the first for Illinois, their shortstop, number 5, Jack Paris.
Trip to the semis on Friday. On the line. Up in the air, on the infield, and in foul territory. James Stuck with a catch, 1 out. Wisconsin defense not testing the Indiana game. Chris Morgano in left. Ali Sharnick center, John Merkin right. You just saw Jack Stuck handle the pop-up. Then Thomas Haverty, Bryce Siegel, and Eli Nelson rounding out 3rd to 1st. Here's Zeus, Ryan Lazuski. Off the change, strike 1. 1 for 4 in the game against Wisconsin earlier this week, and 2 for 10 in the regional. A number of these guys don't have great batting averages, but they do have a fair amount of runs batted in and runs scored. That's even more significant, I would think.
I think if you're a major league manager, you want that guy that can produce runs.
Yes, headed to left field, dropping in and taking a funky bounce. Lazuski around 2nd, gonna try for 3. He's got a sliding triple. Just took a turf bounce instead of a grass bounce out there.
That's a couple times we've seen this in the tournament. Off the left-hander's bat, it's going to spin, and boy, he couldn't. Morgado out there could not gather that. Just kind of skipped away. It wasn't really close to him, so that thing must have had an awful lot of spin on it.
Luke Hickey to the plate. Ryan Lazuski now has 2 triples in the regional. Luke batting .500 with a couple of runs scored and a couple batted in. Got on 3 times in the win over Wisconsin, was 1 for 2. And a left field base hit. Or error, either way, it's 1-0 Illinois. And a chant of "Ooh" goes up. And it is a hit. So back-to-back hits. Illinois, didn't you say at the beginning, maybe the bats will be alive in this game, and Illinois has not cooled off from its previous game.
They're swinging it, feeling comfortable. Both teams at the plate aggressive.
Difference is, top of the first, Ethan Niewander got 3 consecutive strikeouts. Now Ben Jarnaghy, who was batted in 5 despite having 1 hit. The manager of the team is Matt Hickey, a writer and editor in his other life. Coaches are Joe Lazuski, Dennis Jarnaghy. Joe, by the way, is the one that jumps over the chalk lines. In case we get a chance to show his form here today.
Chalk, paint, anything. Saw him do it in the parking lot.
2-2 on Jarnaghy, now 3-2.
You just wonder, did that transition over to cracks in the sidewalk, or did they have to be a painted line or chalk line?
I think baseball lines will be fine. Sidearm delivery by Mr. Fox for a strike. His delivery is a little different than most here.
Yeah, he drops to the side, a little different look, especially if you're a right-handed hitter sitting in there. That kind of makes you pull that front left shoulder out a bit. Key is to keep that left shoulder in and think about hitting it the other way.
So with a strikeout, 2 outs in the first. A.J. Kilberg, 3 for 9, 4 runs, batted in, a 2-base hit, and 1 for 3 with a run scored and a ribby against Wisconsin, a game in which Illinois did not trail.
Just a different look for these right-handed hitters, because this is the only guy throwing in that type of style.
Let's go to the second inning. See if Wisconsin can make contact against Ethan Niewander, who struck out the side in the first. Top of the second, Illinois leading 1-0. Jimmy O'Brien plays in left. Matt Carlin center and Spike Gall in right. A.J. Kilberg is the third baseman. Jack Paris at short. Ryan Lazuski at second. Luke Hickey is at first. Ethan Niewander is pitching. Ben Jarnaghy is catching.
Leading off the top of the second for Wisconsin, center fielder number 4, Ali Sharnick.
Ali Sharnick leads off, 4 for 6 in the regional. 1 for 3 in the game against Illinois. Also has 4 batted in. Ethan Niewander threw 14 pitches in the first inning and struck out 3. Which means so far in 3.2 innings, he has struck out 6.
Saw Sharnick down on the field before the ball game, or outside the stadium, I should say, and bigger kid than I thought down there. You stand beside him, he's got really good size, as big as anybody, strong as looking as anybody in this tournament.
What you're suggesting is television's misleading. Spanked to center field, but right at center fielder Matt Carlin, 1 out. So finally, some contact for Wisconsin. Almost the same style of hitting we saw against Indiana, where hardly getting cheated in the game. But that one straight away. Actually, Carlin a little bit to his right. And there is one out.
28, the pitcher, Cole Fox.
Now Cole Fox, who has a batting cage in his backyard. It'd be kind of fun to have, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Did you ever think about that when you were
knowing at any time? I was very fortunate to live as close to a park as you could that had that facility. So
Okay.
I didn't need it, but still, I would have liked to have it.
Would have made a lot of friends.
Oh, yeah.
Jack Stuke, the third baseman, would bat next. Illinois with a run in the bottom of the first on a triple by Ryan Lazuski and a base hit by Luke Hickey. Cole Fox waving the bat. And after being down 2 balls, Ethan Niewander comes back for his 4th strikeout.
Niewander will not overpower you with this fastball, but he can locate the breaking ball really well. And that's been his out pitch so far. He's gotten those strikeouts a lot of times on the breaking ball, whether it's in or out over the plate. He does a good job. Off speed, changing pitches, changing speeds, changing locations.
Starts out Jack Stuke, the 6th hitter in the Wisconsin lineup, with a strike. Jack 3 for 5 with 3 runs scored in the regional. 0 for 2 against Illinois. Niewander is dialed in the first 2 innings. Chance for his 5th strikeout. Instead, he'll rely on his infield. Might have beat it anyway, as Jack Stuke is in safely to first base with 2 outs, and that's the first base runner for Glendale Little League, and that is a base hit. We mentioned James Stuke. Dan Stuke is dad. Played in the postseason in 1986 as part of Glendale Little League. Won a league title as a coach in 2015 before his father-in-law passed away. Assisted by Greg Mangarelli, dad of Andrew, and Mike Worth, who is the father of James. All players on this team. That one away. Jack Stuke in scoring position. John Merkus 2 for 2 in limited batting activities. He has scored a run. And now a conversation between catcher and pitcher. Ben Jarnecki comes out to talk to Ethan.
I don't think they're changing the signs, right? Runner on second?
They might. Just in case somebody gets a little nosy, huh? Towards second base on 1 hop. Handled by Ryan Lazuski. Showing hit by Jack Stuke, who gets as far as second base. When they were young. Well, actually, they're still young, but younger. Chris Bryant, who played in Vegas, and already at that time they were looking at him. Anthony Rizzo returned to Parkland, Florida, for a very emotional speech regarding the tragic shooting 2018. And Joe Madden's mom, still in the Hazleton, PA area, actually served as a waitress till age 85 when she retired from the third base luncheonette in Hazleton. Look at River Forest population, 11,172 in Colin Zambrano. He was a Cub at one time.
She must have loved her job.
Yes. All 3 have done a lot. Speaking of Rizzo, Bryant, and Madden for charity, and Joe has started a campaign there called Play 90, which is based on playing hard for 90 feet, that he emphasizes to his own players, that tries to encourage good decisions among youth and parents and developing opportunities in the community. I would think that Joe and Mom are a bit of a celebrity in that area, don't you think?
Sure.
Bottom of the Illinois second, Ethan Niewander leading off the inning and working the count to 3-1. In 2 innings, he has struck out 4.
Cole Fox doesn't deliver that sidearm pitch every time. He's going to come more traditional over the top at times, and then he'll drop it down, and he'll throw the breaking ball from the side. He'll also throw the fastball, too, which will really tail into these right-handed hitters.
Off the 3-2. Diving stop at second. Not enough time, though, to get it. So really fine play by Bryce Siegel, but Ethan Niewater has hit number 3 for Illinois. Hit it sharply.
Coaches say he's about as good a second baseman as they've seen, especially at this age, and I have to agree with it. He covers some ground, and he is quick at that second base bag.
Illinois as a team, John, came in as the second worst hitting team toward the end of this weekend, yet here is River Forest Little League with the lead in a game that gets them to the semis. I think they're more a timely hitting team than anything else.
Clutch.
This is Jimmy O'Brien, 0 for 5. He has struck out 4 times. Looking to get something started. Cubs by the way today playing Oakland, top second, no score. And Jimmy O'Brien out on strikes. Out 1 in the second. Cubs last night got the feel of what Indiana got in its game earlier this week. Wisconsin, when it gave up 8 in the second inning to the A's, lost 11-4. Can happen at any level, can it?
Sure can. And that was a good look at Cole Fox, is dropping down. Fox dropping down to the side and throwing the breaking ball.
He now has 2 strikeouts in the game. Casual throw by James Worth to first base to, as they say, keep the base runner honest.
You know, we always give a scouting report. He's a fastball, curveball, change. You can add more pitches to the fastball, to the curveball, to the change. You can do it by throwing conventionally and unconventionally, and he's doing that. So more or less, he's got 6 pitches out there that he could throw.
Carlin on the bounce to short, and it's going to go into center field. Thomas Haverty was thinking double play. It'll be an error, and as a result, we'll get nobody.
Tough one to handle. There's the overspin, and that ball just skips off the ground there. That's one you either got to get lucky and make sure it hits the center of the glove, or it's going to come off there pretty hard, and unfortunately couldn't get a glove on it.
Now Spike Gall, the right fielder, 1 for 6. Considering the way the turf is, even though you've got a double play opportunity, do you play that a little differently?
I don't think so. You have to go after it, because if you're going to get the double play, you got one chance, and that's coming forward. He's a really good shortstop, good fielder. I like the fact that he went out and tried to get the short hop.
Sidearm delivery to Spike Gall. Count of ball and 2 strikes. Back to the top of the order. And Jack Paris after this. Illinois 1, Wisconsin 0. It's interesting. The teams that will be scouting this game, Kentucky and Michigan, are already in the winner's bracket, and the winner gets to the finals. And it's not the way you want to think, but really, their scouting purposes might pay off initially only if they lose, because that's when they would face the winner of this game. Doesn't mean they can't wind up meeting one of these teams in the finals, but and it's pretty neat to see in the first game Iowa's team to come over in uniform.
Getting a little practice in and catching a little morning baseball.
Doing a little television work for ESPN, I'm sure, because they're in unis.
Yeah. Well, Kentucky was over there before this ball game on the other field, going through what they do for ESPN, where they get an opportunity to give their name and nickname and all that stuff. Their team having a lot of fun. Keep winning, and the more fun it gets.
Yeah.
Especially next week.
Chance to get to Williamsport. Popped up and away. Next week tournament play begins on Thursday. And the champion from the Midwest here and the champion of the Great Lake here will play each other on Williamsport. It's just got to go several hundred miles to do it. Spike call, nice piece of waiting out the pitches. And now they're loaded here for Illinois in the second. Back to the top of the order, Jack Paris, who popped out in the previous inning.
Jack Paris.
Each team is required to get all their players involved in a game.
Pitch count 38, threshold 35.
And they'll be watching pitch counts throughout. There is a threshold that's been crossed.
28 will go to right.
And as a result, looks like there's going to be a change.
28 will go to first. 21
And that's the disappointment of Cole Fox. But Fox, who is hovering around the 35 pitch area, well, actually, I think missed just one day, right? Because he started before 35 pitches.
Well, they saw something in Fox maybe where they
want to keep him around for another game.
Keep him around.
Which means that should his team win today, that one-day rest is up by the time his team plays again, which should be Friday. Bases loaded upon our return. We'll talk to a pitcher.
Pitching change.
Changes galore right now for Wisconsin, as John Burke will come on to pitch. Jack Stuke goes to right field. Eli Nelson the third. Cole Fox the first.
The shortstop, number 5, Jack Paris.
Now Jack Paris, 2 for 9 in the regional, popped out in the first, but has the bases loaded. John, the infield is in. What do you think about that?
Well, I think you've got to cut it off. This could be a big inning here, so you want to cut this run down. Thing is, a little dangerous now with Jack Paris at the plate. He's as good as anybody on this team and driving runs in.
You risk 2 of him sending one through the infield that would score a couple. But the general feeling from the staff of Wisconsin right now is that runs are at a premium.
Yes.
The pitch. Good block by James Worth. The count out 2-1. Check it, 1-2. Toward left center field. Dropping in. That'll score 1. They're going to send another. Illinois 3-0. Jack Paris knocks in a couple.
Jack Paris is at the top of the lineup for a reason, because want to get as many as bats as possible. And when you're the leadoff guy, sometimes you're looked upon for some run production, and with the bases loaded, he comes through.
And still, John, just 1 out. Seuss at the plate. He had a triple in the first and scored on the Luke Hickey base hit to left field. Illinois 1 and 2 hits in the first, and here now in this inning, aided by an error and a walk, 2 more hits. That hammered right center field. Going up against the fence, it'll score 1. It'll score 2. Ryan Lazuski has his second triple of the game. How about this, John? His third of the tournament.
How about that? Right center field, another base clear for him, and he's thinking 3 the entire time as he heads out of the box. See how he gets out of there. Yep, thinking 3. Ball's in front of him. He's making a decision. He's watching it out there in right center field. Quick peek over to your coach and easily gets into third base.
Luke Hickey, who brought him home last time, won't be able to do it this time as he lines to second base. And Bryce Siegel, there are now 2 outs. Gave it a ride, but right at Bryce. You know, I was just thinking, John, Wisconsin probably is not getting a taste of its own medicine as to what it did to Indiana yesterday. Ben Jarnicki, the 8th batter in the lineup to hit in this inning. First pitch swinging to short. Long throw gets him. And another run on the speed of Ben Jarnicki, as Ryan Lazuski scores for the second time in as many innings, and I imagine this will be challenged.
Challenge, but again, at first look here from the press box, I think Gary Monahan, the first base umpire, got this right too. We'll take another look at it.
I'd agree.
Here's probably our best look. Foot on the bag, ball in the glove.
Confirmation time.
It's a really good look there. Nice call. Again, these umpires, what'd you say? On all of the replays we've seen, and we've seen quite a bit, 90% correct? No overturn?
That's about right.
Yeah.
Don't have the usual National Football League social media backlash toward calls that aren't, you know.
Shouldn't be any backlash. These guys volunteering their time and
absolutely
getting all these things accurate. They've been really good.
Should be a confirmation here of the call at first base. Illinois now is batted around in a second. And with a 5-run second, now leads 6-0. Pretty good speed by Ben Jarnicki. That's just his second hit in the regional, but he has driven in a half a dozen.
He was turning around trying to influence the umpire too.
A.J. Kilberg, 9th to hit in the inning. Well, what a difference the day makes yesterday. Between Wisconsin and Indiana, it was 15-0 after 3. In favor of Wisconsin. Today, already down 6-0. You played it. It's a humbling game, isn't it?
Sure is.
Toward left field. That's going to drop. That's heading up to the fence. Running around third. He's going to score. And Kilberg with a stand-up double. Illinois looking very much like one of the semifinalists here.
See it, hit it. That was up in the zone to a tall hitter, and A.J. Kilberg found a pitch he liked and turned on it.
These Illinois bats coming in just hitting .228, but that number's been bumped up considerably. Now the pitcher, Ethan Niewaner. Niewaner reached on an infield hit to start this inning. Batting for the second time. Runner on a delayed steal. I think we'll have to go back. Time, I believe, was called. So what are we questioning here? The fact that he may have gotten hit?
Possibly. Home plate umpire did not even wait for one of the coaches to ask for a challenge. I think he just went back to check it out himself.
Sure. 10 men to the plate in the inning.
Remember, I always talk about the reaction of the players. You could see the catcher. The catcher was like, well, did it hit him or not?
Let's move along.
He wasn't sure, so.
We got a comeback to make here.
He's got to do a better acting job just to get the ball back to the pitcher. Say, let's go, next pitch. It's the hitter that has to watch the reaction of James Worth behind the plate. Well. Great look.
You need some help here or what?
This is where you just throw it back to the mound and act like nothing happened.
Sure. Guys doing a great job umpiring. Dave Sandora, Gary Monahan, Adam Hale, and Mike Marceau. Balls and strikes being called by Mr. Sandora. So it's been a very long and difficult inning for Wisconsin. So no hit batsman. Ethan Niewaner at the plate. Wisconsin trying to get that elusive last out in this inning. It's been taking a while. To right field. Snapped by the first baseman. Everybody's safe. Hit hard at Fox. And by the time he recovered, nobody was covering. An error on first baseman Cole Fox.
Another sharply hit ball. Not able to handle it. Now we advance another runner over to third base. Scoring position.
Illinois now will make a change.
Ethan Niewaner, good hustle out of the box. He could have just kind of sat there because thought that he was out, but he took off, kept running. Good things happened to him.
Yeah, oh yeah. TJ Nix pitch hitting. Runner down to second base. Still 2 outs in the inning. $11 to come to the plate. 2 more in scoring position. TJ down a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 0 for 3 in the regional, but has scored a couple runs. Headed to second base. That should end it. But it doesn't. Oh, man. Routine play for a good second baseman, and Bryce Siegel. He just slammed that glove down to the ground.
Yeah, a little frustrated with himself because he knows he never makes this mistake. Ball just got away from him. Looked like he put a little bit extra on it. I don't know if he thought about Jimmy O'Brien's speed down the line. I'm sorry. But with the speed down that first base line and rushed it a bit.
So John, back-to-back errors produced another run. It is 8-0 now.
That was TJ Nix down the first base line.
Dutch Navigato is pitch hitting, and time being called. Wisconsin to make a change. And a big hug right now for relief pitcher John Merck, who will head to center field.
For Wisconsin, taking over on the mound, number 4, Ollie.
Let's take a break.
And now moving out to center field, number 19, John Merck.
Pass ball.
Ali Sharnick, number 4 in relief for Wisconsin, trying to stop the bleeding in an inning where Illinois has scored 7 and has runners at the corners when play resumes, John.
Well, he's, like you said, just try to stop the bleeding. Somehow maybe have them hit it right at somebody, get that luck. They went through it yesterday, as you mentioned many times, beating Indiana. Everything they put in play went somewhere, so gotta hit it at them.
Yeah. Runner down to second. Dutch Navigato is the pinch hitter. Twelfth man to bat in the inning. Count, a ball and a strike. Now ball and 2 strikes. Ball gets away and a drop third strike. Everybody safe now into the outfield. That'll score another. Wheels kind of coming off Wisconsin right now, as they've now committed 3 errors on 3 successive plays. Well, and that's the way it happens in Little League.
Yeah, and unfortunately, too, the third out gets by the catcher here and 2 more runs score. Unfortunate, just things are not going in the right direction right now for Wisconsin.
Nicholas Souza will bat. That ball gets away, and on the second base goes the runner. Nick's a big Blackhawks and Cubs fan. Best moment, Cubs winning it all in 2016.
Please return that foul ball to the nearest dugout.
We have seen some very large innings in this tournament. This match is the largest so far of 9.
Thought we could see some runs today, but I really thought it was going to be from both sides.
Back and forth.
Still early though. I mean, you're looking, 2 at bats, having nothing on the boards. Now that you see the big inning here, they could come back and have the same big inning. So,
Strike 3 call. 13 batters in the inning. We'll head to the top of the Wisconsin third. Winner of this game, and right now it's certainly pointing in the direction of Illinois, faces the loser of tomorrow's semifinal showdown. It's a 5 o'clock Eastern game.
Leading off the top of the third
Involve
inning for Wisconsin,
Michigan and
third
Kentucky.
baseman, 21, Eli Nelson.
Ethan Niewater still on the mound, still throwing hard. 4 strikeouts in the first 2 innings, and 3 consecutive in the first. So Illinois, with its task at hand, is to stay focused. Beat Wisconsin earlier in the week 7-3 and got a big jump in this one. Base hit left field. Eli Nelson 2 for 5 in the regional. Good start to the Wisconsin third.
on Wisconsin.
Yeah. I think I've heard that song before. Chris Morgano.
Entering the game
Gonna have a pinch runner here.
Now running at first base, number 56, Eric Leosa.
Eric Leosa, nicknamed Bigfoot Loop and Terminator, is running.
Chris Morgano.
One of the more creative nicknames here. Now runner at second base. So Eric Leosa moving on to second. Dropping in left field, base hit. Runners at first and third, nobody out.
Here we go. See Chris Morgano down at that first base bag. I was about to say when he stepped in the box, mentioned it yesterday with the wristband and everything. Just something about him in his uniform. I think, you know, some of those guys, you look good, you feel good, you play good, and I think that's part of his MO.
I think there are a few players like that in the bigs.
Yeah.
Wisconsin reaching third base for the first time today. Now runners at second and third off the steal. Trying to respond in some way, shape, or form here to that 9-run second. Nice pitch. Bryce Siegel slams the bat down. Out one in the third inning. Pulled him.
Yeah, breaking ball. He ducked down. He stands up. That's
most umpires don't buy that, do they?
no.
Thomas Haverty, who had 4 hits the previous game against Illinois, strikeout victim in the first. Right now, Ethan Niewater and Ben Jarnaghy. Smiles on both sides, now on the same page after a few seconds.
I love to see the smiles.
Usually somebody says, my bad on that. Might have been Ethan who did it. I'd be smiling if I was up 10 as well. James Worth, who is 4 for 8 in the regional, is coming up next. calling umpire Dave Sandor is giving the pitchers that corner.
Yeah, 10-0. That strike zone widens it all, but you got to know that as a hitter where he's calling. If he's consistent, then you've got to try to protect yourself. Don't want to give yourself up on a bad pitch, but
no, sir.
Got to know that with 2 strikes.
That one gets away. Runner trying to score. Throw to the plate. He is safe. Ethan got the tag, but Eric Laosa slid under the tag. And so Wisconsin now is on the board.
Jim, I think you're right. That ball beat the runner to the base, but the swipe tag by Niewander here, you can see him. He kind of whiffs on it originally.
Thomas Harrity, ball 4. Ben Jarnicki wants that checked by the first base umpire. I don't think he's going to get it. Now they're checking, and it is ball 4.
Pitch count 45, 4-5.
14 pitches in the inning, now 45 for the game for Ethan Niewander. So what's the conversation about at this point, John?
Yeah, 10-1 lead here. Let's just keep going forward. Look for some type of ground ball, something maybe able to get us out of this inning. Just encouragement, I think, more than anything else.
Back-to-back hits in this inning by Eli Nelson and Chris Morgano. Bryce Siegel struck out. Thomas Haverty has walked. And off a wild pitch, the first run has come home. Sun is gone for the moment. Temperatures continue to be most comfortable. Official temperature in Westfield with cloud 85. Ethan Niewander, another strikeout.
Well, whatever the conversation was out on the mound, it worked. Said the magic words.
Usually does, doesn't it? After a visit.
Fastball, curveball, curveball to set him down.
6 Ks for Ethan Niewander. Oh, man. James Worth is frustrated. Ooh. Ollie Sharnick is down. Said, hey, it hit my helmet. I'm okay. And thank goodness they wear helmets.
Yep, and Ethan Niewander was the first guy to greet him there again. Another show of good sportsmanship as he apologized to him, and Sharnick said, understand, he's on the mound too. It happens.
Sure. Cole Fox is the batter, and lo and behold, if he could get a hold of one, we'd have quite a game.
Drew Mangarelli.
Drew Mangarelli to be the pinch runner.
For Wisconsin, the first baseman, 28, Cole Fox.
Cole Fox to the plate, already has a home run in this tournament. Strike 1.
Starts him with breaking ball here. Let's see if he comes back to it.
Base is loaded. Big chance for Wisconsin in the 3rd. Counts a ball and a strike. Another conversation. And I wonder if we're looking at a change as well. Back to Cole Fox yesterday, who went yard in a 15-run victory for Wisconsin over Indiana. And the ball was found and given to the parents as a salute. There'll be no pitching change. So Cole Fox hits. Hey, what? He could make this game kind of entertaining with a blast here. 1-1 pitch. Now 1-2. Ethan is getting guys off stride so far.
Yeah, and I think I'm just going to feed him breaking balls here and make him try to lift a curveball out of here or drive it somewhere.
That one gets away. Runner will not come. Two-two pitch with the bases loaded towards second base. Wisconsin gets one, but leaves them loaded. John Gregory and Jim Barber, it is worth mentioning, should Illinois add to the lead in the third and have another big inning, if it reaches the 16-run threshold, that would do it, because there is a rule with 15 runs or better after 2.5 that the game is stopped. Also, if this goes past the third inning, and Illinois should lead by 10 at the end of 3.5 after Wisconsin's next at bat, that would end the game as well. Illinois sending just about everybody and his brother to the plate in the second. 13 batters and scoring 9 runs. Jack Paris, slated batter. Jack today 1 for 2, runs scored, and 2 batted in an inning in which Illinois had 5 hits and took advantage of 4 errors.
The shortstop, Jack Paris. Defensive changes for Wisconsin entering the game in the first spot in the batting order. Now playing second base, 42, Drew Mangarelli. Now playing right field, 28, Cole Fox. Now playing center field for Wisconsin, number 11, Jack Stuke. Entering the game in the 7th spot in the batting order at first base, number 2, Matt Langerman. Playing third base, number 56, Eric Leosa.
Well, among other things, Eric Leosa is at third base.
And entering the game
Jack Stuke is in center.
Left field, 22, Nick Kletzkowski.
Cole Fox is in right. One out. I got Spike Gall at first base, but I don't know if that's accurate or not.
Number 12, the second baseman, Ryan Lazewski.
Ryan Lazewski has had an incredible day. Torque short. 2 up, 2 down.
Quick.
Matt Langerman, by the way, is the second baseman. Excuse me.
Number 7, the
First baseman.
Luke Hickey.
Just in time getting him there. 2 quick outs. Big Sharnick on the mound, 5'11". Looks intimidating out there.
And they retired a kid who already had 2 triples in the game, and Ryan Lazewski. Certainly a much better inning for Wisconsin than the previous inning. Comebacker to short. 1-6-3 maybe. Yes. No. Matt Langerman pulled off the base. And so the inning continues for Illinois. What do you think, John?
That's a tough angle to see. Here's a better shot at it. Can't tell if there's a space between that or not. First base umpire right there on top of it. He may have been able to see some daylight. Couldn't see it from this angle.
No protest as Ben Jarnaghy steps to the plate. 1 for 2, infield hit. A run scored, a run batted in.
You know what to do with that foul ball. Thank you.
That one gets away. Should be a pass ball. Runner on the second. Wow, looked like it was a perfect 1-2-3 inning. But then the throw to the first baseman pulled him off the bag. And Eric Leosa having trouble with that one. They're on the corners now.
Wouldn't have had a chance at him at first base anyway. That thing was hit so high off of the ground, just bounded into the ground.
You're right, John. That's a base hit.
Yeah, no chance to get him.
Oh.
Wow.
That's interesting. That wasn't caught, was it?
No.
Ben Jarnicki now into second. Everything happening after 2 outs. And a defensive swing there, a ball and 2 strikes. Assuming we get to the Wisconsin 4th, Jack Stuke scheduled to lead off. Strike 3 called. The Illinois threatens, does not score. Halfway through, it's Illinois 10, Wisconsin 1. Good pitch here by Ali Sharnik.
Number 8, Ethan Niewander, now playing second base.
John, this is just like the NCAA basketball tournament. Let's talk tickets punched. In this case to Williamsport. Louisiana defeating Texas West. River Ridge moving on to Pennsylvania. Virginia's got a chance. Early lead on Georgia. The rest of the finals to be held on Saturday. Beginning at 11 all the way till probably 11 at night. That will include the finals in the Midwest at 11 here and Great Lakes at 5. All Eastern time starts.
Center fielder, number 11, Jack Stuke.
Jack Stuke to lead off. He is now the new center fielder.
Oh, did you know? Texas and Louisiana, they're the only states out of that region that have ever won the regional tournament since 2002, since that region was formed. Yeah, Texas, Louisiana, only 2.
There are not many states that have not been represented in Williamsport.
That'll be Louisiana's first appearance since 2011 and their 8th overall in the Little League World Series.
We know how good Louisiana college baseball is. 1 out in the Wisconsin 4th. Now the potential 10-run rule comes into effect. Should take a look at the strikeout by number 12. Getting a chance to throw today, Ryan Lazuski. Should Illinois lead by 10 in any parts of the 4th inning, the game would be over. And that also applies to the 5th as well. Mr. Lagerman getting a chance to hit here. Wisconsin got its lone run in the 3rd, left the bases loaded. Winding down our great week here in Westfield. About to get to the semifinals on Thursday, on Friday. Championship game on Saturday. Championship games for both the Midwest and the Great Lakes. You'll be watching in your palatial estate back east. Counting out 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Virginia In the Southeast Regional, they're seeking their 11th Little League World Series appearance.
Yeah, been quite good over the years.
Yeah. Facing Georgia.
Ball 4 and a 1-out walk. Eric Leosa picking up a bat. Eric pinch hitting for Eli Nelson. Previous inning got a hit.
Re-entering the game, now running at first base, number 19, John Merck. And now
John Merck will be the pinch runner.
Baseman, 56, Eric Leosa.
Illinois, after beating Wisconsin, lost to Michigan. Tight game after 3-1-1, then was beaten 13-5, but has come out here today with a 9-run second and leading 10-1 top of the 4th. Towards second base. Runner will advance. There are 2 outs down in the inning.
Tell you what, I'm a fan of Eric Leosa. See the size of that kid, and he's just sticking his nose in there. I love the way he plays.
Yeah, he moves too, doesn't he?
Yes.
22, the left fielder, Nick Kleczkowski.
Nick Kleczkowski batting. And Kleczkowski is 0 for 2 in the tournament. A chance to hit for Thomas Harrity. Or rather for Bryce Siegel. Time being called.
Please return all foul balls to the nearest dugout. Thank you.
In the Illinois 4th, bottom of the order, which has been very good today. Getting on base and scoring 5 times. Incredibly, with the benefit of just 1 hit.
And that one too.
Watching A.J. Kilberg at third base on that foul ball. He jumped over the line like a coach does. And he did it, and he did it coming back onto the field.
Habits are contagious, aren't they?
Yes.
Off the change, grounder toward third. That is a foul ball.
Good decision here at the last minute to get out of the way. I thought it had a chance to hit him here, but come on, get out. Smart decision, let it go.
Yeah.
Nice. See Ben Jarnicki, the catcher behind home plate. You think he wanted this pitch up? He's extending his hand straight up in the air. He wanted that fastball high. Let's see if he does it again. Nope. This one he wants down.
What a beautiful pitch, too. Hitting over. But our pitcher, Ryan Lasuski, he wasn't sure.
Wisconsin in the top of the 4th inning for Illinois. Second baseman, number 8.
Mom having a beautiful moment. Ethan Niewater. Chance to win this for Illinois. Ahead at the end of 3.5 with the 10-run rule potentially in play here. A run by Illinois will end the game. The chant of Ethan, Ethan by at least one of his teammates.
Foul ball to the nearest dugout. Thank you.
Today, Ethan on base twice, infield single. Reached on an error, has scored twice. Toward short, deep short. Long throw could get him, no. And Ethan Niewater is on base to start the 4th inning. That'll be a base hit.
Time Chalmers Haverty at the shortstop position was playing back what seemed like almost in the grass.
Yeah. Looked like a Kyle Schwarber defense.
Yeah. Tough to get him. He had to come a long way in to get that ball. And by the time you get the ball over the first base, you got to rush it.
Number 3, Joey Elza.
Joey Elza is going to get a chance here. 1 for 2 in the tournament. Hey, reminder, once we get the football season, dial him up on YouTube. He's got his own YouTube football show. Future broadcaster. 0-2. Snap throw to first.
Come on, guys. Close the gate, please.
Play stop for a minute, and we'll continue now. Down the line, foul. Gary Murnahan's had a couple of those today.
He's got to be thinking, why me?
Yeah. That might have ended the game here in the bottom of the fourth had that been a fair ball. Count 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner at first with the 10-1 rule standing by. Oh, that was close. Two and two.
A lot of action going on that first base bag.
Yeah.
Pushing and shoving and foul balls.
Now 3-2. That's a pretty good throw by James Worth moments ago.
Yes.
Down to first base.
Big kid behind the plate.
Yeah.
Battery is right now really big.
Cannon arm too. Just staying alive.
There's the bat swing. I love it.
Gets to do it again. Out on strikes.
I wonder if he realizes he's doing it or it's just natural to him.
Probably
They always
natural.
have done it that way.
Yeah.
Not happy. Reaching for it, slapping the bat.
The center fielder, number 6, Matt Carlin.
1 out in the inning. Matt Carlin reached on an error and scored earlier in the game. Matt is 1 for 4 in the regional and has scored twice. Believe it or not, this is the final game of the day. There'll be 2 semifinal matches tomorrow and also Friday. The championship games for the Midwest and Great Lakes are on Saturday. I think after we did 4 yesterday, you call this a half day, John.
Today's half day game. Getaway day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Felt like maybe we had a permission slip from school just to attend the morning session.
3-4, 3-4-2.
Wow. 2 outs. Spike Gall coming to the plate.
Number 2, the right fielder, Spike Gall.
Illinois getting closer to a semifinal berth and its 2nd win over Wisconsin in a matter of games.
Ollie Sharnick out on the mound. He's been pretty impressive since he's come in this ball game.
He throws hard, like you said. Doing his best to prolong this game and play 6. Line drive right into second baseman. Bryce Siegel handles that. Illinois gets the leadoff hitter on. Doesn't score. On to the 5th.
Crushed. That might have broke the sound barrier.
I think it went in the lake.
2-run blast for Purify. 5-0. For the 2nd straight year, Grosse Pointe Wood Shores is headed to the Little League World Series.
Their play last year was terrific, and Jaron was off the chart. We had a lot of fun watching him go and visiting with family and friends. He's got a future.
Loaded ball club.
Leading off the top of the 5th inning for Wisconsin.
I think he told me,
Baseman, 42.
if I remember correctly, wanted to go to Vanderbilt.
Yes.
Play baseball.
Great baseball school. Won the College World Series this year. Coming from a game back against Michigan in the best of 3.
Yeah.
And, of course, the home, among others, of David Price, who's gone on to pitch in the bigs for many years, now currently with the Red Sox. Matt Mangarelli at the plate to start the 5th inning. So, to Wisconsin's good fortune, they avoid being eliminated by way of the 10-run rule because we're still at 9 in this game, 10-1 edge. And so 2 more at-bats to try to make something special happen. Count 2 balls, 2 strikes. Semifinals tomorrow and Friday. Finals on Saturday. Who's going to be our champions this year, John? I give the edge to Iowa in the Midwest, although I think Missouri could be really scary. And I think I'm going to go with chalk.
Are you? Yeah.
Michigan.
Okay. I'm with you.
Defending champions.
Yeah.
Well, different team, but defending state champions of nature.
23, the shortstop, Thomas Haverty.
Michigan is building a bit of a dynasty here if it wins again.
Well, last year it was just a combination of size, speed. They had everything.
Yeah.
That was as big a team and strong a team as I've seen in the years that we've been here.
Thomas Haverty's been held in check today. He was 4 for 4 against Illinois a couple days ago, and it's pitches like that that have kept a number of the Wisconsin hitters who are blasting it all over the place against Indiana, keeping them off balance. By the way, the bigs today, Ian Happ, grand slam for the Cubs. We were showing the baby Cubs earlier. Chris Bryant, Anthony Rizzo when they were little leaguers, and Ian smoked one today at Wrigley. It's 5-1 Chicago, halfway through against Oakland. Count here 2-2 with a man out, and the difference 9. Good to have you along wherever you're watching. Had a lot of baseball this week. A lot more to come on ESPN. Just a mere 337 games on a number of platforms.
And we got to share in 16 of those.
Yes.
So that's nice. Honestly, I want to say it's one of my favorite times of the year, coming up here and having a chance to do this. This is special.
Yeah.
Feels special having that chance.
Get to identify with the kids here and the parents.
Yep.
Shot of Derek Wagner's mom, priceless in that Missouri game when she was just hands to her face and people were hugging her. Maybe it was like one of those, way to go, now you can look.
Yeah. Well, to me, the best thing about it is she wasn't even looking for attention. She was just caught up in the moment of the joy.
Yeah.
You know, seeing her son produce like that.
Now her Twitter account is gone bonkers.
It should be.
But Missouri, I think, is played the best baseball of any team that's been in elimination status. In fact, Missouri's been in elimination mode since its first game loss.
Yeah, and that was such a tough loss, too. They could have won that ball game, and it'd been a different track for them through this tournament. But
Tied run on second base at the time. Back-to-back strikeouts ended that game against Iowa 2-1. Since then, on a tear. Up the middle. And right now, let's hope that Ryan Lazuski's okay.
I think he'll be all right.
He got stung there.
That's one I remember in the minors. They'd say, you got to charge this one.
They'll check him out.
Now, I've been hit harder with a pitch than that, right? That's what.
Yeah.
That's what he's going to say.
Come on,
out there.
coach.
I'm good. Hit me in a good spot.
A little TV time here anyway.
Made a good play, too. He went down and got it.
Let's see if he'll get some warm-up tosses just to make sure he's okay as he's lumbering around a little bit. The most vulnerable part of the baseball field next to pitcher throwing a hitter. You do have a glove, but a lot of times you are defenseless.
He's good. Give me one throw, and I'm fine. There we go.
And in the meantime, heading back to the dugout, Joe Lazuski, who dodges the chalk.
33.
I think he's trying to dodge the entire third base line.
There are 2 outs. Nobody on.
Here we go.
Beautiful.
Oh.
Little form there, too, huh?
It's not just a jump, it's a turn.
Well, if it's a superstition, add that to the list of, that's probably a very popular one, certainly. But put that at the top of the list of many. In fact, wouldn't you say in reviewing the bios of hundreds of these kids in this set of the world that that's the #1 superstition, or pretty close to it?
Which is that?
Jumping over the chalk,
not
hitting the white.
Would we have?
There are a bunch of them.
I thought about one that you said that he's superstitious. He has to wear the left sock on the right foot and the right on the left.
Right.
Well, see, I couldn't even get to that point because I'd be superstitious not to wear R on the right and L on the left. So I wouldn't even get to that point to have that chance.
Yeah, what happens if you get confused on your superstitions? I mean, is it like going against the flow, you know, against the grain here? And
I would think it would be
the current?
bad luck to even try that. So I wouldn't even have, thought about it.
Hammered to left field. Going to be safe. That was smoked. Chris Morgano nearly came up with a terrific catch, and now he is shaken up a bit.
Hard single out to left field. We're turned on this one. Short hop tried to make the play out there. O'Brien not.
Check, that's Jimmy O'Brien, excuse me.
Hopefully he's okay. Looks like he's tying that left shoe. Maybe it was his ankle. It looked like he was limping a bit.
So Ryan Lazuski gets tagged, and so does Jimmy O'Brien for the moment. It's been a tough 5th inning. There's going to be a pitching change to make sure that Illinois has got all its guns for the semifinals and the finals.
A.J. Kilberg was told to go over to first base, and he was like, yes, I'm going to first.
And you and I are going to break. John, take this here. This is kind of cute.
Yeah, check out. Going to make the changes here. You, A.J. Kilberg, you go to first base. Yes, that's where I wanted to go.
Yeah. I want to play that forever.
That's good.
Moving to first base for A.J. Kilberg. Out in center field, #7, Luke Hickey. And returning to second base, 12, Ryan Lazuski.
Ali Sharnick at the plate, and he is directly below us. He is a tall kid, isn't he? Big kid. Looks like he towers over everybody. Wild pitch will advance the runner to second. Barely. Oh, a nice throw by Ben Jarnicki.
Yeah.
Even after the fact. 2 outs in the inning. Man at second. Ali Shardik and Cole Fox have been held in check today. Ali in his 1 plate appearance. Flight out to center. Cole Fox 0 for 2. Those were 2 of the guys that terrorized Indiana the other day. Actually, yesterday. Came in, combined 7 for 10 in the regional and 9 batted in. Toward right field, dropping. Base hit. And Wisconsin has its second run. James Worth coming home on the 2-out hit.
Lazy fly ball to right field. Falls in there harmlessly, but picks up a run, and I hope still alive.
There has been one 9-0 rally of note. That happened against Iowa prior to coming here, in which the Johnston Little League led by 9 with 6 outs to go and lost.
Thank you.
Right now the deficit is 8. Am I suggesting that's going to happen here? I am not, but it is baseball.
Don't look past it.
Down the third base line. Everybody's going to be safe. Wisconsin getting some good whacks here in the 5th inning. And Cole Fox and Ali Shardik able to get on after Shardik and Fox had been held in check. Base hit. Cole's first of the game.
Number 11, Jack Stuke.
Now Jack Stuke.
Couple hits here, 1 in the gap. Bing, bang, boom. You never know.
It was 10-0 in the second. Right now, Illinois would need at least 2 runs in the 5th inning to end the game, per the 10-run rule restriction.
Stuke with a nice cut at that. The fastball there he liked, and just fouled it straight back off the umpire, it looked like. No, the catcher's mask.
Again, the 1-2 pitch. Jack Stuke, who has scored 3 times in the regional, has 4 hits in 7 at-bats. You mentioned Wisconsin coming in, hitting .480, but again, that was helped considerably by their breakout yesterday against Indiana and a 15-run win. 3-2 count with 2 aboard. No, make that ball 4. And now they're loaded. Well, a long one here, and things are really going to start getting interesting.
That's what I say. You never know. Yeah, one ball in the gap here. Gets at least 2, possibly 3, and you just climb in it till that final out. You just keep battling. You never know what's going to happen. Especially, we're looking 3rd pitcher today. 3rd pitcher today for Illinois now. So how deep can you go?
19, John Merck.
Well, John Merck will try to keep this going. Ball gets away. Runner trying to score, and he is safe. Ali Shardik able to beat Ben Jarnicki to the plate. Ben is shaken up. And now rubbing the back of his neck.
Wow, that ball didn't go that far back, and that's a big guy. Those are two strong guys and hard competitors right there that met at home plate. Sharnick's 5'11". I think he was listed as 170 almost. So
Towards short, tough play. Hey! Another run home. And here comes Wisconsin. It's 10-4. The inning continues with runners at first and third.
what a play here by Jack Parrish as he tries to barehand it and get the throw to first base. Just missed him.
Eli Nelson will come to the plate.
All right, everybody, the souvenir stand will be closing in about 5 minutes. So if you'd like to purchase something, make your way there.
Wisconsin playing for the comeback of the ages here. Trailing 10-0 in the second, has now scored 4 straight runs. And is this play being reviewed here? If it is, it's not going to be overturned.
Another good call by the first base umpire. It's been on it all day long. Gary Monahan has been questioned by these coaches, and I don't blame him for doing it on every close play. But Gary Monahan's been right every time.
If you reach 2 unsuccessful challenges, you can't challenge any longer. So coaches, you would think, are keeping this in mind.
Now batting 21, Eli Nelson.
Here's Eli Nelson. Wisconsin fans starting to get pretty excited here.
Why not?
2 on board, 3 in the inning, which have taken them from a 10-0 deficit to 10-4. Illinois has thrown a lot of pitches in this inning. Foul territory.
Please return that foul ball to the nearest dugout.
Inning over. Outside corner. Wisconsin gets 3 to tighten things up just a bit. Yeah, but do they go back to back like that? I thought they were separated by 6 hours. On to the Illinois 5th, now protecting a 6-run lead at 10-4. Jim Harmer, John Gregory. And for Wisconsin, Ali Sharnick back on the mound.
Second base 44, Bryce Siegel. At first base 28.
Claim to fame, 3 home runs in 1 inning in a district win. It was 25-0.
At third base 21, Eli Nelson. Now batting for Illinois in the bottom of the 5th. Shortstop number 5, Jack Parrish.
Jack Parrish starts the bottom of the 5th. Toward third base. 1 out. Harris 1 for 4 today. A 2 RBI double. As Illinois is 3 outs away from beating Wisconsin for the 2nd time. Now Ryan Lazewski, who has been on the mound recently.
Number 12, Ryan Lazewski.
And a great day hitting. A couple of triples, a couple of runs scored, an RBI. 4 for 13, batting .308 in the regional, and 3 triples on the 4 hits. Towards short. 2 outs. Thomas Haverty with a play.
Said it earlier. Really impressed with Sharnick and what he's done to keep his team in this ball game. They could have given up, and he's put up a bunch of zeros. Kept his team alive, and they're still battling.
There'll be a challenge on this play, John, to see if they're safe at first or out.
Call stands. Don't question Monahan at first base. He's gotten them all right.
Should be getting extra credit here.
He's like, I don't know about this rule.
He's probably thinking, I'm not umpiring at first base anymore. I don't care what they say. I don't know, by that replay, John, almost looks as if he's safe. Let's find out from David Sandora. Very good, John.
Don't question Monahan at first base. He has not been wrong.
I thought you were going to say, don't question me.
No.
Number 7, Hickey.
That'd be right, too, by the way. Luke Hickey. As this game is going the distance, barring Illinois with a rally here, Luke is going the opposite way with a fly ball. Just past the 4 o'clock hour in Westfield, Indiana, Eastern Standard Time. Luke's had a big day. 2 hits, run batted in. Six hits now in the tournament in 11 at bats. You know, we mentioned this before. It's going to be fun. And I think it's early in the tournament, by the way, maybe August 15th. Week from Thursday, when the Midwest champion from here meets the Great Lakes champion from
you
here.
don't see it all the time, right?
Yeah. One hop second base. Illinois is out in the 5th. Wisconsin needs a rally and needs to get 6. Keep its tournament hopes still very much alive. Illinois with a 9-run second on our Honda game summary. Looked as if this game might finish in 3. Ethan Niewater struck out the side to start the first. Ryan Lasuski with 2 triples, 2 RBIs, 2 runs scored. Ben Jarnicki with a couple of hits. To Wisconsin's credit, it's kept Illinois scoreless since the second and has shaved 4 runs off the lead. Winner of this game gets the loser of Kentucky and Michigan in a couple of days. Kentucky and Michigan battle tomorrow. 5 o'clock Eastern on ESPN in the meeting of unbeatens. Last chance for Wisconsin. They need a bunch. Chris Morgano leading off. He has a single and a stolen base in 2 appearances. Glendale Little League on the ropes, but again to echo what you mentioned earlier, John, Wisconsin has shown some life in the last couple of innings.
Stayed in the ball game, got a performance out on the mound. Jarnick keeping his team in it, giving a chance. You just never know.
Spike Gall trying to close it out. This is a comebacker. Got it. 1 out. And they will take a look at this one.
And I'm going to go against what I said, and I'm going to doubt Mr. Monahan on this one.
I hope he's not listening. No, he's down at first base, so he's not listening.
Well, I've been giving him a lot of credit. He's gotten them all right all day long. He's allowed one here.
I don't know, John. I miss the old days where the call was the call. He's going to be safe, I think.
Old first baseman. I told you, old first baseman. You just know it. You feel it.
Huh?
Yeah, you get a feeling.
Well, if he is safe, I hope his pay's not deducted.
It shouldn't be. He's had some tough calls today, and whew, he's been good.
John, I am impressed.
the second baseman, 44, Bryce Siegel.
Here's Bryce Siegel. Illinois a couple outs away from sealing this. Popped up on the infield. That's 2 outs now. And now Wisconsin down to its last chance. Or is it 1 out? Excuse me, scoreboard showing 1 out, and it is just 1 out.
23, the shortstop, Thomas Haverty.
Now Thomas Haverty. So Illinois now officially 2 outs away. Thomas had that electric game against Illinois a while back in which he had 4 hits and 4 at-bats.
It's been fun to watch.
Oh, yeah. Good-looking player. Now Illinois fans are roaring with every pitch. Center field. Now there are 2 outs. Anytime Luke Hickey does something.
I think if I had to do it over, I'd name my kid Luke.
Yeah. This way, as life goes on, he makes it big. You don't know if he's getting booed or they're luking him, and probably the latter is better. James Worth, last chance right now for Wisconsin. Yeah. 0-2. Could this be it? To left center field. Ball game. Snow cone catch. Illinois to the semis. And it could be a tough out, John.
Yeah, they've been playing extremely good baseball, and a nice catch to finish this out here. Congratulations to Wisconsin for getting all the way to this point. Fought hard, but ran up against a team that's starting to feel it here in Illinois. Put a bunch of runs on the board again today.
That was Luke Hickey with a catch. Good sportsmanship as always in Little League games. That does it for our coverage on ESPN+. ESPN has it the rest of the way, starting with the Midwest Regional semifinal tomorrow. Unbeaten's Iowa and Minnesota. And later in the afternoon at 5 Eastern for Central Kentucky and Michigan. John, as always, a pleasure.
Thank you, Jim, and thank everybody for the help. Josh up here in the booth, and great camera work all week, and thanks to everybody in the truck.
See you for football 3 weeks from tomorrow night in Ohio. For John Gregory, Jim Barber, thank you for joining us today. Illinois wins it and moves on to the semis.